So you said that you have a lot more free time nowadays. Why is that?
So I quit my like 9 to 5 corporate job last summer. I've been just like pretty much bartending ever since. And I just have a lot more free time that way. I don't have to wake up on a certain like daytime schedule. And I'm only working like a couple nights a week usually. And other than that, I'm kind of free to like do whatever I want pretty much.
Why'd you decide to quit?
So my job that I was working, it was great. I loved it there. I made a lot of good money. But they did want us to go back into the office. And so when I actually decided to quit, it was because I finally paid off all my debt that I had. I had car debt. I had like a lot of student loan debt. And I was lucky enough to have a really good job that I saved enough money and I paid off all my debt. And I didn't really have anything like binding me to that job anymore. And especially since I was living in Miami and I was loving it so much. And I love the freedom of not having a 9 to 5 that I decided it was time to quit. Great company. I loved them so much and they served their purpose for me, but it was just kind of time to move on to the next chapter of my life.
What did your friends and family and people in your inner circle think when you told them that you were making that decision?
A lot of people judged me for it because it was a really good job. Like I made really good money. I was making 6 figures. So people were like, why are you doing that? Like, it's kind of stupid. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But like my whole life was kind of surrounded around, like I knew since I was 14 years old that I was going to need to get into college, get a good job after college because I knew I was going to have college debt because I didn't really grow up with money. So I had to pay for it all myself. So it was kind of like work really hard in high school so you get into a good college and then work really hard in college so you can graduate a year early so that you don't have as much debt and then work really hard to find yourself a job and then work really hard at the job and bartend on the side and do all these things. And I was doing so much, which was great. But I finally reached a point where I paid off the loans. And like for me, since I'm 14 years old, I'm thinking like student loan debt, student loan debt, student loan debt. And now I don't have it anymore. So like, I kind of was, I'm almost at a point right now where I'm like, okay, like what now? Like, I don't really have like anything keeping me. I did all the things you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just thought it's time to be a little bit more free.
So since age 14, you've just kind of been doing and going and going and going all the time. Like, and now it's kind of hit a standstill. How is that sit for you?
It's kind of, it's kind of uncomfortable because I am someone who is always doing a lot. Like even when I was in high school, I was like something after school every single day. I always played sports. Same with college. I was on the cheerleading team. I worked on the side in college. I had class. Then when I was in the working world, I was working my full 9 to 5, but then I was also bartending on the side. So I've kind of always been go, 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 like work. And it was always like work too. It was never, I mean, I was always having fun while I was doing it, you know, but now I kind of got uncomfortable when I quit that job and I've just been like bartending and kind of like figuring out what I want to do next. It is a little bit uncomfortable because I'm like, my whole life up until now was focused on that one thing, paying off the loan debt that I knew I was going to have. I did it way earlier than I thought I was going to. So I'm kind of like, okay, like now what?
So kind of on the judgment with the meditation, are you trying not to, as someone who's been a high achiever pretty much her whole life, are you giving yourself some slack for this and like allowing yourself to, hey, like you have grinded for decades and now you're just kind of trying to enjoy life. Like, are you able to like not beat yourself up over the fact that you're really not accomplishing so much anymore?
Yeah, for sure. Like I actually have had like friends and my boyfriend, even my parents say like they kind of admire that about me lately, that I'm not being hard on myself because like the meditation actually really helps with it. Is like I can find peace in just what's happening right now. I can find peace in the present moment. And right now the present moment is pretty like chill. There's not much going on. And I don't really, not that I don't care, but I'm not putting pressure on myself to be this high achiever at the moment. Like there's kind of like more important things to me right now than a career. It sounds kind of bad, but like
what?
Yeah. I don't know, just like my own working on my inner self, like working on relationships with my friends, my family, my boyfriend. Like the most important thing to me in the world is like other people and relationships with other people, connections, that kind of thing. Like I just really enjoy like living life and like admiring the beauty that the world has to offer and the magic that the world has to offer. And so like I did feel like working so much, I didn't really have time for that. Like it wasn't really top of mind. It wasn't really important. And now it really is.